Hello students, good morning, and today I will continue the graphical derivation of the equation of motion. As all you know that yesterday I explained you the graphical derivation of the equation of motion, and the first equation and the second equation yesterday I explained you, and today I will explain you the third equation of motion, how you can derive graphically. So for the graphical derivation of the third equation of motion, first of all again I revise that it is a velocity time graph, and in which x-axis represent the time of the moving object and y-axis represent the velocity of the moving object. And if any object is moving with the initial velocity, or we can say at a particular time, if any object particular time is that is at this point there is that is the origin. Yesterday I told you where x-axis and y-axis intersect each other, this point is known as the origin, and the value of the x-axis and the y-axis at this point is 0, 0. So if any object is moving with initial velocity u, means it have a specific value of the velocity, not it is moving with starting with 0. So if any object moving with initial velocity u with a uniform acceleration a, and after time t it reaches from a to b. Listen carefully. There is no need to learn the statement of the derivation, graphical derivation of the equation of motion. You can write all the statement with the help of this graphic or this diagram. If any object moving with initial velocity at a with uniform acceleration a, and after time t it reaches at b, where its final velocity becomes v. And now draw a line BC perpendicular to x-axis and AD perpendicular to BC and BE perpendicular to y-axis. That is the graphical representation of any uniform moving object with uniform acceleration in velocity time graph. After that, representing the velocity time graph, you can derive the third equation of motion. So how you can write down the statement? If any object is moving with initial uniform velocity u and acceleration a, and after time t its final velocity becomes v at b. Draw BC perpendicular to x-axis, AD perpendicular to BC, and BE perpendicular to y-axis. And all you know, the value of O to A. O means origin. O to A. Here is the value of x and y is 0, 0. So O to A, it represents the initial velocity u, and the value between C to B. It represents the final velocity V. So initial velocity is equal to U is equal to OA is equal to DC, and final velocity is equal to V is equal to BC, and BC is equal to OE and now the object is moving with uniform initial velocity U with a uniform acceleration, then it will cover some distance. So the distance covered by the moving object, covered by moving object given by the graph by the area of OABC is equal to area of OABC. In the second equation, same thing. Distance covered by the moving objects in velocity time graph given by the area of OABC. And in the second equation, we split the area of OABC in the area of triangle and area of rectangle. But in the third equation, there is two parallel lines, AO parallel to BC. These two parallel lines. So OABC is a trapezium, or you can write here area of trapezium OABC, area of trapezium OABC, and S is equal to. So area of trapezium, students, all you know the formula of the area of trapezium is equal to S is area of trapezium is equal to sum of the parallel side into height or the distance between the parallel side. So you can write here S is equal to 1/2 sum of the parallel side into height. So S is equal to 1/2 bracket sum of the parallel side BC plus AO. BC plus AO into height AD into height AD. S is equal to, now put the value of BC, AO and AD. So BC is equal to V. So put the value of BC, V plus AO or OA, that is U and AD. AD is equal to OC. AD is equal to OC is equal to T. It is represented by time. So AD is equal to T. And now from the first equation, of motion, T is equal to V minus U upon A. And now put the value of T in this equation. So S is equal to 1/2 V plus U in bracket V minus U upon A. So after applying cross multiplication, or you can write A plus B into A minus B. So A square minus B square upon 2 into A to 2A, and now apply cross multiplication. So 2AS is equal to V square minus U square, or you can write this in this form: V square is equal to U square plus 2as. So students, that is the derivation of the third equation of motion. If you watch it carefully, step by step, then you are able to derive the third equation of motion very easily and by the very simple process. There is no difficulty and no long statement. All the statements belongs to the given diagram. And after that, the last topic that is left in this chapter, it is the uniform circular motions. So today I will finish this topic also, uniform circular motion. Uniform circular motion. So for explaining this, let us draw a circle. And there is a center. So what is a circular motion? When any object moves in a circle or in a circular path, then we can say that the object is in circular motion. If object is moving with a uniform velocity, with a uniform speed in a circular path, means if any object is moving with a constant speed, suppose it is moving with a 20 km per hour, kmph, then its velocity is constant. When object is moving in a in a circular path, then you can watch that when the object is displaced, then its direction of moving in this way. When object is moving at this point, the direction of the object is moving in this way, and when object in this position, then the direction of the object moving this way. So in this way, when object is moving in a circular path, so every moment its direction changes. So when object is in circular motion, then it is always in accelerated motion. Means object in circular motion always in a accelerated motion, or you can say circular motion is known as the accelerated motion. So object either moving in a uniform velocity or constant velocity, always it is accelerated because its direction is continuous changes. Magnitude means speed is constant but direction continuous changes. That's why the circular motion is known as the accelerated motion. And how we can determine the velocity of the object that is moving in a circular path? So the radius, let the object is moving in a circular path of radius r, and all you know, the path of the object that is moving on the circular path, that is known as the circumference of the circle, and the velocity is equal to displacement So when we are if we are talking about the displacement, then you something confused. First of all, you have to determine the speed that is moving in a circular path. First of all, you determine the speed, because the speed that is represents the magnitude in which quantity it is moving on a circular path, means 20 kmph or 30 kmph or 40 kmph. But the direction is continuous changes, that is velocity, because it has continuous magnitude as well as direction. So speed is equal to distance upon time. And when object start moving from this point and round one complete revolution, means take one complete round in a circular path, then speed v is equal to distance circumference of the circle, means 2 pi r upon So if any object is moving in a circular path, then the speed of the moving object can be determined by the formula v is equal to 2 pi r upon t. Suppose initially I told you that velocity is equal to displacement upon time. If object start moving from this point and after taking complete round and reaches to the initial point, then what will happen? Displacement will be 0. Displacement is 0 and time is, so what? Its value, but it will 0. So if any object that is moving in a circular path start from any points and after taking complete round and reaches to their initial position, then velocity will be 0, but speed will never be 0. When I explain you speed and velocity, then always remember that speed is equal to velocity when the object is moving in straight line motion, but speed always greater than velocity. Speed will never 0, but velocity may be 0. So always remember, if any object moving in a circular path and start from initial point and after complete one cycle it reaches to their initial position, then velocity will be 0, but speed will never be 0, because it is moving with a constant velocity, but its direction is changes. That's why, because what is the difference between the speed and velocity? Speed means the distance covered by the object per unit time, and what is the velocity? Distance covered by the object per unit time in a specified direction. So don't confuse speed and velocity when object is in circular motion. There are lots of questions in your book. So tomorrow I will discuss some questions related to the circular path and equation of motion and average velocity and average speed. That's why if you have any doubt, then I can remove your doubts, and if you have other than any other doubt, then you can ask me. Okay, thank you, students.